Perfect. So anyway, so Rick, he's in Alaska, right?
Yep, I am just north of Anchorage.
Nice. What about you, Madison?
I'm in Idaho.
Idaho. Nice. And I'm in Florida. So different times here going on. Okay, so let's see where's So I don't know, should we start with questions? Do you guys have any questions with the work that you guys have done, or should we just go into the quiz?
Well, I think going into the quiz, and then I think that'll spur any questions that anybody has.
Okay.
Unless anybody disagrees.
No, I'm good. So I think we should start with the prayer, if that's okay with everybody.
Sure.
And Madison, do you want to offer it? It's okay.
Yeah, sure. I was just trying to turn off my TV.
Oh.
I can't, sorry. There we go. My daughter left it on. Okay, yeah, I can do it.
Perfect.
Our dear Heavenly Father, we are thankful for this day. We're thankful to gather as a group and to be able to use each other to answer these questions, that we might be able to gain a bond this semester, that we can do the best that we can. We say these things in thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. So I don't know if we're going to have the same questions or not. So if you guys want to open it, and I made a mistake before we were meeting. I opened the quiz by accident. So I was just looking at the questions, but I didn't do much anyways. So
I think we're good. Okay. Do we need to share a screen so everybody can at least see, so we're on the same? I mean, it should be the same questions, but sometimes the answers are in a different order.
Are different, yeah. So since I'm recurrent right now, I cannot share according to my screen right now. So can you guys?
Okay. Hold on. Yeah, let me. All right. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Are you guys going to be able to look at your screen and mine at the same time?
I have to look for that question specific if I have it, because it's not number one on my.
So this is not, assume that Andrea and Paul is not your first question?
No.
Oh.
What's that question? No, because my first question is, by definition, exports are.
Okay, so that's question 5 for me. Madison, are you able to follow along?
If she can hear us. Is she there?
All right.
Hi guys.
Can you hear me? I'm sorry, I had it on mute. I'm just trying to find what number is on mine.
So Ramon's first question is my number 5, that by definition exports are.
Okay. Should we go off of yours since you're the one sharing?
We can.
Yeah,
And then we can just find them, because they're all going to be on there. It's just going to be different numbers, right?
It looks that way. All right. All right, you guys ready? Assume that Andrea and Paul can switch between producing wheat and producing beef at a constant rate. Which of the following combinations of wheat and beef could Andrea produce in one 8-hour day? So these are minutes. 8 hours times 60 is 480 minutes in an 8-hour day.
So she could make 16 bushels of wheat.
That's what I just got. And he can do 15, right? So 15 bushels of wheat and 32 pounds of beef. Does that sound correct, everybody?
You mean 16, right?
16 bushels of wheat
Of wheat and 32 pounds of beef.
and
Yeah.
32 pounds of beef.
Yes.
Okay?
Yep.
All right. Number 2, assume that the farmer and the rancher can switch between producing pork and producing tomatoes at a constant rate. We have our chart right here. The farmer should specialize in the production of what based on this chart? So in this column, we have labor of hours needed to make 1 unit of the following. So that would be 6 hours of pork and 4 hours for pork here. And then pounds produced in 24 hours in the second set of data here. So
I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be the tomatoes, and the rancher should specialize in the production of pork.
rancher.
Oh.
Okay.
And I think because farming will produce only tomatoes and the rancher will only produce pork, so the total production of tomatoes by the farming will be 8 pounds, and the total production of the pork but by the rancher will be 6 pounds. After the exchange of 1 pound of pork with 2 pounds of potatoes, you get that answer. But
yep, I agree with that.
That's what I think, though. So I might be wrong.
Sorry, I haven't done that question yet. I apologize. I was looking at another one. It asks pretty much the same questions, but it had different answers.
Oh.
So you said tomatoes, and the rancher should specialize in the production of pork?
Yep.
Yes, because right here, right here we see that he can do 8 pounds of tomatoes in 24 hours. And even though the rancher the rancher can do more pounds of pork in 24 hours. That's 6 to 4 and then 8 over 6. Okay. My question 3, Ken and Tracy.
Are 2 woodworkers?
Yes.
Okay.
Got it.
Ken and Tracy are 2 woodworkers who both make tables and chairs. In 1 month, Ken can make 3 tables or 18 chairs, whereas Tracy can make 8 tables or 24 chairs. Given this, we know that the opportunity cost of 1 chair is equal to what for them?
6 table for Ken and 1/3 table for Tracy. That's a straight division.
Say that again.
So it will be the first answer, 1/6 table for Ken and 1/3 table for Tracy.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's what I got too. And the only reason is because 3 tables equals 18 shares, 1 table equals 6 shares, or 1 share equals 1/6, you know? So,
yep.
Same thing. Perfect.
Yeah. So on your calculator, do 18 divided by 3 and you get that fraction.
You got it.
Okay, next question. When an economist points out that you...
Sorry, I've got a crying baby.
No, you're okay.
I've had 5 of those, and someday in a little bit, we'll probably have a grand one of those.
Okay, found it. That was the last one.
All right. Everybody found it?
Yep.
Okay. When an economist points out that you and millions of other people are interdependent, he or she is referring to the fact that people rely upon one another for goods and services consumed.
I
Yes.
have the same answer.
Yep.
Reply.
Yeah, rely on.
Rely upon one another for the goods and services consumed. Yep.
I agree.
Okay, next question, number 5. By definition, exports are
Goods produced domestically and sold abroad.
that is correct.
Me too.
Okay, number 6, total output in economy increases when each person specializes because
I have the second answer. Each person spends more time producing the product in which he or she has a competitive advantage. I think that's what I found in the text.
Sorry, I am still just trying to find it. Give me 1 second. Sorry.
No, you're good. But yeah, I do agree with your answer. I had that one too.
So you guys are thinking each person spends more time producing that product in which he or she has a comparative advantage?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
okay. That's what I was thinking. Okay.
Okay, moving on to question 7. Suppose that a worker in Fredonia
Got it.
Okay. I'm there.
Okay. You found it, Israel?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Suppose that a worker in Fredonia can produce either 6 units of corn or 2 units of wheat per year, and a worker in Sylvania can produce either 2 units of corn or 6 units of wheat per year. Each nation has 10 workers. Without trade, Fredonia produces and consumes 30 units of corn and 10 units of wheat per year. Sylvania produces and consumes 10 units of corn and 30 units of wheat. Suppose that trade is then initiated between the two countries, and Fredonia sends 30 units of corn to Sylvania in exchange for 30 units of wheat. Fredonia will now be able to consume a maximum of what?
So I was working on this before we got into the phone call conference, and I think it's 30 units of corn and 30 units of wheat. And if you go back to the chat room, I put the explanation why. It's a little bit big to read it, so that's why I just put it in that chat room so that way you
In the
guys can
chat.
look at it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, well, my answer is the same answer because Fredonia has the capacity to produce 60 units of corn. So if they're getting the wheat from the other country, Sylvania, and they are getting 30 units, and they produce the 60 units of corn and send 30 units to Sylvania, so they keep 30 units of corn, and then they receive 30 units of wheat.
Of wheat.
That's what I choose, that one.
Okay. So which is the answer?
So 30
The
units
first
of
one?
corn
30 and 30.
30.
Okay. That's what I thought you said, but I got lost listening.
Sorry about that.
We're good. All right. Brazilians production possibilities frontier.
Yeah, you can do that. I'm in class, okay? So give me just a few minutes.
Okay. Honestly, guys, I don't know the answer to this, to be honest.
It's kind of tricky, right? Like,
So
there are two options that could be the answer, at least to me.
I think these bottom two on mine are the could be faces a trade-off between them because that's what we're looking at with the possibilities frontier. However, if you look at the units of cashews,
Uh-huh.
they're in like increments of 40 versus peanuts, which are singular, right? So I don't know what if that's as a weight or if it's a per unit, but it seems like maybe they should specialize in producing cashews.
That's what I think, but
See, and I was thinking it was more costly.
yeah, but there is no way to know in that because, well, if you can base your answer on the time spent on producing each product, but there's no way if you can know the cost, the actual cost, because there is not enough information in there. It could actually cost the same for it. The only difference is the amount of production and the comparative advantage that Brazil has to produce the cashews.
Okay.
So I think the answer is number 4.
This one right here?
I was torn between 1 and 4 because what Madison said, but I will go with the 4th answer.
Okay, I understand what you're saying about we don't have a cost to analyze. What were you going to say, Madison?
So I'm actually looking at it again, and I think that it faces a trade-off.
That's what I was going to say. And the only reason why I was looking at it, I'm like, because if you look at between the cashews and the peanuts, it's just a trade-off. I don't have, to be honest, I don't have an answer why, but I feel that the trade-off, it's the right answer here. But
because I would say the cost, but there's nothing about the cost. It just has a trade-off of.
Okay. So you think a trade-off versus that they should specialize in cashews because they seem to be producing a lot more?
Because we don't know. I mean, you could be getting $800 a peanut and a penny a cashew.
Cashews. It's a tricky
I would like that world because cashews are more expensive than peanuts. I'd rather have those. All right. So we'll do the face as a trade-off. Is everybody okay with that?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yes.
All right. We'll all be right or wrong together.
That's right.
All right. Alice and Betty's production possibilities in 1 8-hour day.
Alice and Betty. Okay.
Okay. So Betty can produce more pizzas and lemonade in an 8-hour day than Alice can.
I think Alice produces more lemonade and Betty produces more pizza.
I do too.
And the reason why is point A represents Alice's current production and point B represents Betty's current production under the circumstances where both Alice and Betty can benefit specializing on their own trade, Okay. So I think that's the answer.
So Alice produces lemonade and Betty produces pizzas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree with that. Okay. Arturo's production possibilities and Dina's production possibilities.
Okay, right here.
It's great.
Charlie doesn't use it.
This is kind of annoying that we don't have the same answers and same numbers.
It's pretty dumb.
I've had other classes where we've had to do quizzes like this and everybody had the same, like at least question order, but even though the answers might be different.
Charlie doesn't use this.
All right, is everybody on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the answer is 3/4 of burrito.
Okay, that's great. Can you let me?
I have the same answer, and my reason why is that right now Arturo has that 3/4 competitive advantage, and
Yeah.
if Dina has the same one. There is no sense to trade.
That's right.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, what did you guys get on that one?
It's 3/4 of burrito.
Okay, am I looking at all the wrong ones? Because mine shows 100 tacos and 200 burritos. Let me see.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's
Yeah, it's
Another one. Okay, sorry. I was like, where are you guys?
You're okay. You have a kid crying, so you're okay.
And I'm sorry.
No, hey,
Don't
it's
be.
okay. I think we've been there, so.
My husband will be home at like 8:30.
So good.
Okay. Okay, so I'm ready to do
got
the
it.
next question. Yeah.
Okay. Assume that England and Spain can switch between producing cheese and producing bread. England should export.
I think the answer is gonna be cheese and import bread. And the reason why, and this is what I think, the opportunity cost of 1 unit of cheese for England, it's 1/4 unit of bread. So, and the opportunity cost of 1 unit of bread for England is 1/4 unit of cheese. Anyways.
Okay.
And
I have the
Israel?
same answer. I have the same answer. And the reason is the same. And if you make the number for Spain, Spain has a competitive advantage on bread. And England can just specialize on producing cheese and getting bread,
And bread. Yeah.
importing the bread. Yeah.
Did you have something to say, Madison?
nope, I
Okay.
agreed with that.
Okay. I don't know how to say that name. Hosne
Host name.
Sounds
Sure.
good.
Sounds right.
and
to me.
Merv.
360. Okay, I got this one.
If he's not here, he cannot answer. He cannot reply about how we pronounce his name. So
That's right.
let's go with that.
I like that.
I cannot find it. But I know the answer. I don't need to find it. My answer to that one is 3.
I've got 2, 5, 20, and 50.
2, 5, 20, and 50.
Am I not on the right one again?
It seems like you're not in the right one.
Oh my gosh. There's like 2 of each.
Yes, exactly.
So I'm doing like totally different math, and I'm like, what? You guys are right. Oh my god. Like 3. Okay.
Okay, take your time.
All right.
And you said 3?
3.
I said 3. Yeah. What do you think, guys?
Let's go with Israel answer, because I don't know the answer, to be honest. No.
I don't know the answer to. How'd you get that, Israel?
Okay. Okay, so you need to compare if they split their time equally on producing both products, they will get 7 purses, because the Hosne will be getting 4 wallets and 5 purses if he uses his time equally on both. And Marves will be getting 2 purses and 3 wallets. So if each of them specializes on what they have the competitive advantage on, there will be Hostness who will be producing the purses, and he can produce 10. So that's how you got 7 and 10, and well, you can do the math.
Okay.
I'm doing it
Okay,
right now. So,
As I'm doing it with you, I agree, because yeah, it'd be would equal 3/2. Yeah.
actually, yeah, you're right. That's what it, yep.
Because his production would be 5. Yeah. 3.
Yep.
Okay. So now we're back to your 100 tacos and 200 burritos.
Here we are.
Okay, so he's willing to trade 6 burritos for her to send him 10 tacos. That's what they're trading.
Mm-hmm.
Which of the following combinations of tacos and burritos could Dina then consume, assuming Dina specializes in taco production and Arturo specializes in burrito production?
I can share my answer.
I think if
My
I'm
answer was
mistaken, it's
300 tacos
360
and 60
burritos.
burritos.
We got it, buddy.
That was my answer.
Yep. I was just doing the math right now, and I'm like, okay, 360. So
So Arturo can make a maximum of 300.
mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
3.
All right. Okay. Maya and Miguel can switch between producing mixers and producing toasters at a constant rate.
Hmm.
Did you guys just get a text from Tim? This
No.
is Tim from the Econ group. Are we having the meeting tonight for this week's group quiz?
Yeah. Did he never got the email? What's he in the email?
Yeah, we're on Zoom right now. Let me tell him to check his email.
Yeah, and then yeah, because I don't know. Hold on, let me see who was in the chat. So how did he has your phone number?
I don't know. He texted like a whole group. There's like
Yeah.
When we signed up, we had to put our phone numbers.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah, I got it too. I got the text too.
and that was me. Just sent that one.
Okay, hold on. Let me see who is in the email here. Because what's the guy's name you said?
Tim.
Tim.
I bet you it's T. Aaron Bennett.
Aaron Bennett. Yeah. Oh. Tell him to check his Gmail. Okay.
I'm gonna text him the
the invitation.
the meeting
Yeah.
ID.
Yep.
So I think that she's got absolute advantage in both goods because she can make them. She can make. It only takes her 8 hours to make one instead of 20 for Miguel, and the amount produced in 60 hours, she's able to produce 5 and 8 to his 2 and 4.
Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah.
And what do you think? Is it A or B? Because I think she has a competitive advantage on production of toasters.
Factory mixers, pollutes.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. My family all got home and started getting on the internet together.
No, you're good.
I'm not sharing anymore, am I?
No.
I'm trying to send the meeting ID through the text group. I'm just not being able to. I don't know why. Can
Do
anybody
you ask
else
him to
send
check
it?
his email?
We did, but he says that he didn't receive the email.
Here, I'm texting it.
Okay. You're awesome. I'm like, that'll take me an hour.
Great.
Okay, so
So I'm not sure about question number 5, guys. I think he or she, I guess, has a advantage on the toasters. Let me see.
so it would be she would have opportunity costs of one mixer for Maya would be 1.6.
Mm-hmm.
The toaster would be 5/8 mixer, and then the mixer for Miguel would be 2. No. Opportunity cost of one mixer for Miguel would be 2 toasters.
2 toasters, yeah.
And then it would be 0.5 mixers. So Miguel has, I would say, no comparative advantage. In making toasters as 0.5 mixers.
Okay, I'm looking over my, the review sheet that we have to do.
Yeah.
So don't think that I'm ignoring you guys. I'm just looking over that.
In making toasters as 0.5 mixers.
I've been having this to help me.
Okay. That's great, Hazy. I would say neither good. And have a comparative advantage in production of toasters. Neither good and a comparative advantage in production of toasters.
Do you guys agree?
I don't agree on the absolute advantage. I think she has the advantage on both goods. Because she can produce both goods in less time than Miguel.
Oh,
That's what I think as well.
I was doing Miguel. I don't think Miguel has an absolute advantage.
So she has absolute advantage in both, right?
Yes.
And then of the two, she has the comparative advantage in mixers.
Okay.
Yes.
Because she can produce 5/8 basically, which is more than 1/2.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, I'm just joining up.
Hello.
Hey, Tim.
Welcome.
Thanks to whoever that was who gave me the meeting ID. I'm not sure what happened to my sign in on there or on the group spreadsheet. Somebody must have messed with it because I put it down as it's the same email handle, but it's at yahoo.com is what it's supposed to be instead of Gmail.
Oh,
I
and I think
actually saved a copy of it when I made it, and it still shows Yahoo, but for some reason, it now shows Gmail on there.
yeah, that's a Gmail. It's okay.
So, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say we've recorded what we've done so far. Our numbers are not in order. So we're kind of just going off of Rick's and then going
if-
off the same questions.
Yeah. So if you want, Rick, we can finish the whole thing, and then we'll show Tim everything else we have done. You know.
Okay. So,
I
Tim,
appreciate
if you want to, we don't know what number my question 15 is on yours. So if you want to find this one that says suppose that a worker boat land, let me know when everybody's there.
Still trying to get into the. Where's the dang quiz?
Can produce 25 units of fish. 5 units of wheat.
Okay.
So if I'm not mistaken, it's 660.
Mm, 30. So 30 of the workers would produce fish. So wouldn't it be 30 times 25?
So
No.
what I did here is this. So if Botland specializes in fish production and produces fish only, and I think then the total production of fish by Botland will be 25 fishes times 30, and that equals to 750 fishes per year.
And then you minus the 90
And you minus the 90 because of the exchange
to
fishes.
660.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what I'm
And
getting.
it goes to 660. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense to me.
Okay. Next one. Chile's production and Colombia's production. Talking about coffee and soybeans.
Okay, I'm back.
I hear somebody out there with a baby.
Okay, right.
Colombia should specialize. Coffee and import soybeans?
That's what I was gonna ask. That's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking, but I'm not sure though.
Because they produce a lot of coffee, they don't produce a lot of soybeans, so they should be using soybeans to make up for what they don't produce.
Right. But then I'm like, both are lower than Chile's.
Yep.
Chile, is that how you say it? Or
Yeah. That's why it throws me out a little bit, but I'm comfortable putting the coffee and import soybeans. So
I chose the same one.
Coffee and produce coffee and import soybeans.
Yeah.
Okay.
because I was gonna say the only other one would be both goods and import, both or neither are good and import both.
Yeah, I don't know what they use as the threshold for what is good.
Right.
I can only tell that coffee is substantially better than the soybean.
Right.
But
And
you might be right. It might be neither.
Chile's got extra to import.
yeah.
Okay.
I guess it all depends on what they need.
Right. That's tricky.
Tell you.
Well, the opportunity cost from coffee to soybeans in Colombia is 2, and in Chile, it's just over 1. So are we good with coffee and import soybeans?
I am.
I'm
Okay.
good. Do we get multiple tries with this quiz?
No, I think it's just once. Let me see. Yeah, just once.
All right, Madison, here's your other pork and tomatoes. We're coming
Maybe
around
I'll
to
get
your
this
other
one
second
right,
one.
now that I've been looking at it. Jeez.
That's my- I think tomatoes and the French should specialize in production of pork.
Didn't you have the wrong question? That was the previous one. The answer to this one is the options are different.
Oh, yes, you're right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I see.
So the rancher has the competitive advantage on the pork, right? The farmer on the tomatoes.
Yeah, he does.
Wouldn't that mean that the farmer will have a stronger advantage than the rancher? Because 3 hours yields 8 pounds versus 4 hours yielding only 6 pounds.
Yes.
So So does that be the farmer will gain from the trade, but the rancher will not?
Wouldn't be the other one though? The rancher will gain from this trade, but not the farmer.
Well, right here, if there's tomatoes, right, it takes him 3 hours to
Mhm.
produce 3 units, and it takes him 4 hours to produce 3 units. So if it's only 1 unit, the advantage in this case is to the farmer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
because
it
the
takes him-
farmer in 3 hours produces 8 pounds.
Excuse me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So the farmer will gain from it.
I mean, the rancher will too. In 4 hours, he produces 6 pounds.
Yeah.
But he has to stop producing pork if he wants to produce tomatoes. And he doesn't want to stop producing pork because pork is more valuable.
Not to mention bacon.
It's twice as expensive as tomatoes, as the question says. So to me, the answer will be the farmer and the rancher will both gain from this trade. If they both specialize, each, the farmer in tomatoes and the rancher producing pork, I think they can get more. I think they can both gain.
Did it
Oh,
say
okay.
that tomato is twice the price, or pork was twice the price of
It
tomato?
does says that trade takes place at a price of 1 pound of tomatoes.
Producing the good in which the person has the comparative advantage. Okay. So we think they'll both gain from the trade?
That's what I think.
I mean,
I'm not strong about it, but that's what I think.
you might be right.
Because if they both try to split their time, they won't get as much pounds of each product. And I think the farmer wants to, if he has a competitive advantage on tomatoes, he wants to produce that. And the rancher has a competitive advantage on pork. So that's,
Well, one advantage I noticed the rancher has is no matter what he spends his time on, he produces more pounds than hours that he puts in. Whereas the farmer, if the farmer tries to do pork, he's in a deficit, sort of.
mhm. So if they trade, they get a better gain.
So if they traded, let's multiply that across. So let's say to even it out,
I don't think it's about who wins more, who gets more.
24 pounds, 18 pounds. So in the same amount of time, if they were to work at an even interval, which the lowest common denominator on that would be 12, the farmer would end up with 24 pounds of tomatoes produced. The rancher would end up with 18 pounds produced of pork produced. And if it's a 2-to-1 ratio of value, then the rancher comes out ahead.
I think the rancher will gain from the trade, but the farmer won't.
I'm still not seeing the 2-to-1 ratio thing though.
It is not in this question, but it's in the question that is in the that you were supposed to download.
Yeah.
This one is incomplete.
Yeah, that's what I'm like, this, because the other one was 1 pound of tomatoes for 2 pounds of pork, isn't it, or something?
Correct.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to retain that knowledge for this, or is it stand
No,
alone?
but we can open the
No, you can open the.
That's what I'm wondering if
Study
it's
guide.
standalone, if that's just like a similar question.
Right. I guess that's what I'm.
well.
I mean, it all depends on the class, but I know I've had some classes. Usually, they try to they say, reference the information back from over here, and it's
In this case,
same rules apply.
during the meeting, they said they were going to be the same questions. And so far, the last 16 questions have been the same.
Okay. Well, then
To me, the logic isn't they made a mistake on this one.
Except for this one, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's where I'm confused. Because I'm like, if it's this, then they both gain. But like, if it's the same as the other,
then it's just the rancher.
yeah, the farmer won't.
Yeah. So that'd be C. The rancher will gain, but the farmer won't.
So I guess if we all get it wrong, we'll appeal it.
We go down together.
So we go on C, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The rancher will gain from this trade, but the farmer will not.
Yep.
All right. So the next one is that the Hosne.
She works a half hour to produce each purse, and her production possibilities frontier is based on how many hours of work, and it shows that she can produce 10 purses, which means that's 5 hours worth of work if she produces just purses, right?
Yeah.
Yes, because that's what I had when we were working on the other.
Okay, 5 hours. All right. Assume that Japan and Korea can switch between producing cars and producing airplanes at a constant rate. Japan's opportunity cost of one car is
Okay.
Have 1/5 airplane, and Korea's opportunity cost of one car is 1/3 of an airplane.
So 150 divided by 30 is 5. So
Well, no, it would be. Wouldn't it be? Give me just a second. 30 divided by 30. So Japan takes 2.66 hours to create one car. Korea takes 0.96 hours to create one car. And so, comparing it against the airplane, not Korea's time.
Exactly.
The airplane time is 16 divided by. Oh, that ain't right. I think I did my math backwards.
30 divided by 1.
car.
So I think it's going to be 1/5 airplane.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yep.
And
I think their opportunity cost of one car is Korea's opportunity cost of one car. It's going to be 1/3, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, 1/5 airplane, and Korea's opportunity cost of one car is 1/3 airplane.
You got it.
Yeah.
Okay, Lisa and Bryce.
You're okay.
But her job is to make you think she's not okay.
How old is the baby?
And he's 6 months old, like 2 days ago.
Oh.
And then I've got my 5-year-old helping as well. She's using scissors and cutting things up.
My youngest just turned 6 months today, actually.
Oh,
Oh,
so born in October?
Wait, maybe my math is off. September 29th.
Oh, okay. So 7 months.
I have a baby too. He was born on September 10th.
In September?
7
Yeah.
months. Yeah, September 29th.
September.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's my buddy. My birthday is September 29th.
Ah, there you go.
Nope. Libra.
In fairness to me, this is my 7th child, so I don't really pay attention to how many months they are.
Well, mine are 5 years apart, so I'm too old to be having little babies.
So I got an answer: 1 sweater and 22 jackets.
Okay, that's where I had 1 sweater. I was trying to do the math on the other one. Yes, I can do that. Can you talk to him?
Yeah, 1 sweater, 22 jackets.
Yep.
I'm playing though.
Do you mind just talking to him so that he knows that somebody is here for him?
All right, so that should be all of them.
So
Edit.
So if you go up to the top, you guys, you can see the questions, and you can look and see if there's any that you're missing.
I'm sure Tim has a lot of missing there. So how do you want to
I'm
do?
missing a couple.
do you just want to show him question by question?
Okay, I got 19 out of 20, so don't submit it yet.
Which one you got from?
I'm looking to see which one we got wrong.
I don't know if this is legal now, but hey.
You know what? We worked on it together.
I don't know.
Assume that Andrea and Paul can switch between producing wheat and producing beef at a constant rate. It doesn't give me the answer. It just says 16 bushels is incorrect.
Okay.
Which one? Hold on a second.
For me, that's question
Paul
4.
and
Oh,
Andrea.
Andrew and Paul. Okay, right there.
So it is not 16 bushels.
For that one, I have 7 bushels of wheat and 15 pounds
15
of
pounds
beef.
beef.
You've been holding out on us, man.
I wasn't there. You started before me.
Oh, that's right, actually. Yeah. We did.
I think
Okay, not
yeah.
to sound like a leech, but can anybody help get me through the rest of these?
Yeah, so you got this one, Tim?
Yeah, I got this one.
Okay, here's the next one.
I think I've got that one, but let me double check. Oh, no, I do not. Okay, so that's data. Okay.
Is he sleeping through the night now?
No.
Yeah. You know, I love babies, but one of the things that I don't like is waking up at night.
Is the getting up in the night?
Yeah.
See, and my husband works like 6:30 a.m. to like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, so he has no clue.
Just let me know when you need me to forward it, Tim.
Yeah, really tiny on my screen.
And then the next part, guys, I'll take care of it. upload the video and the names. So
Thanks, Ramon.
Awesome.
Okay,
And
go
then-
ahead. Move on.
I'm sorry,
While
Madison.
he's doing that, do we want to just assign somebody else for next week?
Sure. Who wants to?
I
can do- I can do it.
It's not a big problem. I mean, it's not a big deal.
big deal, yeah.
Yeah.
Can we, since you opened it, Ramon, does
Uh-huh.
you can keep it open as long as possible, is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, I'm wondering if we shouldn't just start working on it before we meet as a group, and that way we at least can debate answers.
Okay, move on.
That's a good idea, actually. I do like it. But remember, guys, we need to meet at least for 30 minutes to get credit according to
Right.
the instructions.
And
So,
that's
but
why
yeah,
I think, like, if we have, a start on it, then
Yep.
we can work on it a little bit better.
yeah, and I told you, I click on it by mistake. And I'm like, oh, shoot. But I was working on it while I was waiting for you guys. And I worked on it for 30, 40 minutes maybe. So, yeah, you can have it open for, I don't know.
For as long as you want, okay.
I think so. So,
Can you scroll down a little bit more? There we go.
So what did we decide we're doing? One for next week?
we're going to start
Just
working
get
on
a
it.
jump on it, at least open it up and look at it.
Okay.
Well,
Then they aren't so
did you
forward.
guys download the quiz?
I did.
I did.
They are the same questions, right?
I didn't know it was the same questions, believe it or not. So,
I think the instructor mentioned it during the last
the video on the
yeah
broadcast.
last week's video.
I know I didn't get much of a chance to look at it. You can actually download the quiz beforehand.
Yeah, it's like the previous assignment before this one, before the actual thing.
Because I have it. I told you I have it. I was working on it last week, and then when I opened this
Rick, can you
today,
scroll
I didn't even recognize the questions again. You know?
Yeah, I answered all of the questions and it helped me. I mean, you're basically answering the same questions in here, and I like being here because by the time you get to the meetings,
Yeah.
you get to discuss the answers with the rest of the people.
Oh, and I guess if you have any questions on any of them, you can
Yeah.
just talk about it.
Which you will have.
Yep.
Okay, Rick, can you scroll down a little bit?
Hey, Madison, if you want to go, that's fine. I mean, there's not much we're doing now. So,
Okay. Yeah, if you guys don't mind, then I'll just go ahead and go, and then
yeah, you're fine.
No, thanks for your help.
Go.
okay, we'll put it
Please
on next
go.
week.
Yep.
See you guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
I just feel bad for her, you know. She's trying, so
I know
I
the
have-
pain. Those kids.
Yeah, me too. I have a 7-month old baby. He was born in September also, September 10th.
uh-huh.
It's crazy, man. The good thing is that my wife gets to stay at home and she takes care of them, and that gives me time to study and everything, but
Sorry. I know.
it's hard.
I have two kids. One is 5 and the other one is 3. So
Wow.
I know what it is to have a 6-month-old, you know. So,
Yeah. I have my daughter is 5 months old. I have a 2-year-old boy and that baby boy.
I see.
Really interesting right now at my house.
I have an 11-year-old boy. He's the oldest, and then it's all girls from there. And my oldest girl is about 10-ish, and then my youngest is 7 months to the day now. There's 6 girls and 1 boy.
Holy smokes.
Wow.
You need to quit drinking water.
Quit doing something, maybe buy a TV. I don't know.
All right. You ready to move on to the next question?
Yeah, I am. Thanks.
All right. My oldest just got married and is in Rexburg right now.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool.
My
Okay,
youngest
next
is
one.
10.
He's 10?
Yeah, I've got a 20-year-old that's married. My son's 19, getting ready to go on a mission. I've got a 16-year-old, a 14-year-old, and a 10-year-old.
Wow.
Where's the missionary going? Do you know?
We don't know. He's stake president's going to push the paperwork probably Wednesday.
Oh, okay, okay.
Well, I think with this class, I'm going to have to do a lot of work on Saturdays to be ready for this meeting.
Yes.
You know what? It's this class. It's a lot of work. I have to say it's not easy. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more easier, but
All right, I'm missing one question. It's figure 310 for Alice and Betty's production. Not sure how I missed that one.
There you go.
There we go. I probably typed over the wrong one or something. Serves me right. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and submit. Nope, that is it. Okay, I'm good.
okay, guys. Thank you. So I'll send the link again next week, and then I'll upload this to our group chat, whatever. I think that's what it is. Yeah. And
I'm
then-
gonna change the group, my sign-in thing. What do they call it? The sign up.
Oh
I
yes,
updated
yes, yes,
I
yes.
updated my email address on there. It's now to the
So
Yahoo.
I'll tell you what. I'll send a new email with your new email address, and then that way you can be part of it. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe the teacher didn't like that it said Yahoo.
I don't know.
I got it, Ramon.
Okay, perfect.
Because Yahoo?
Yahoo.com,
Too
right?
insecure. They give
Sounds-
away your emails and everything and password.
Sounds good, guys. Hey, have a great day, night, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
All right.
Thanks,
All right,
guys.
thanks, you guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.